What's up? My name is Eric Butler. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back, and from KTVU, Fox 2 News, most California voters don't want Newsom to run for president, poll, which of course means that he is going to run for president because they do not for one single split second care what you think. For many years, we were told that white people were the cause of all of our problems, and then somehow they elected the oldest, creepiest white guy on the planet to the presidency. And Newsom is going to say that I'm not worried about the presidency. I'm going to fix California. Of course, that's untrue. And he's going to say, well, I'm not going to run if Joe Biden decides to run. But we also heard that Nikki Haley wasn't going to run if President Trump decided to run again. But these people are all liars and cheaters and thieves and scumbags, especially in California. And Newsom, of course, beat the recall because of the big, scary, black, racist Republican Larry Elder, which, of course, notoriously, the Los Angeles Times called the black face of white supremacy. So that's how far we've come. These people are completely brainwashed, but when they're telling you that they don't want Newsom to run for president, he will almost undoubtedly run no matter what happens. Let's see why they don't want him.
It's now 7:36. There's a new poll out about whether Governor Gavin Newsom should run for president. A Quinnipiac University poll says,
Why would this guy run for president? It's because, like I always say, they fail up. He destroyed San Francisco, got a job as governor. Then he destroyed the entire state of California, is going to run for president and might get it because nothing can be trusted. We can't trust any of these systems anymore. It's actually incredibly sad.
most California voters don't want Governor Newsom to run for president next year. 70% of the California voters in the survey oppose the idea of Newsom joining the presidential race, and that includes 54% of Democrats. 22% of those surveyed support the idea of Newsom running for president.
So I would venture to say that 22% that wants Newsom to run, they've just been completely brainwashed. They can't back up their reasoning. Nobody would say Governor Newsom did X, Y, and Z really good, and that's why he would be a great leader for the country. They have no idea. They have no argument. They just know that I live in California, and if I say anything outside of this, then most people will be mad at me. Even though that's not true, because you can speak your opinion, and a lot of people, when you get them in a room by themselves and they're not in this weird mob mentality, they understand, but they're too afraid to say what they really think about, in my humble opinion. And this guy, we can't go through all of his misdeeds, but this is the same guy who was sleeping with his campaign manager's wife. He went to AA because, of course, when you get caught sleeping with your friend's wife, you have to blame it on the alcohol, and that's what he did. Notoriously went to French Laundry after telling people that they shouldn't even leave the house. And then San Francisco Mayor London Breed did it the next day. He said that, I believe he said something about gangs committing violence in Los Angeles. And of course, that was shunned as being racist, just like when San Francisco Mayor London Breed said that the Honduran migrants were the root cause, as they like to say, of most of the fentanyl problem in San Francisco. But then they said that too was racist. So you can't win. I mean, nobody can win. Whoever's really in charge, they got you between a rock and a hard place, as with every single one of these issues. So as soon as these people come out and pretend like they're going to try to fix the problem, they get called racist. And if they don't fix the problem, they say, well, I would say they're not doing anything, but obviously they don't want to fix the problem. We know that. We've seen this movie 1,000 times over. And Governor Gavin Newsom, if he gets elected as president, then I think it would be absolutely 100% justified for hot, kinetic conflict, because this guy is among the worst, especially after what Joe Biden did to the country, especially after we were told that white people are so villainous now when we're talking about an actual white villain, not him. It's what they're saying is obviously people that don't agree with our agenda because they called Larry Elder a white supremacist. So this is what's happening. And it looks like maybe some California voters are finally starting to see through the haze, but they've already been controlled. They've already shown that they will go along with whatever happens and they're not going to push back at all. So if Governor Gavin Newsom makes it to the presidency, then we are going to be in a boatload of trouble. I mean, we're already at a point where it's going to take 10, 15, even 20 years to fix all of the problems that we've created, that the political establishment has created over the past 3 or 4 years, right? Because what the damage they create is exponential. They destroy the economy and then inflate it and then tell you that they're going to give you a check to fix the inflation, and the cycle continues. They create new rules and new taxes that drive businesses out of California. They legalized weed, and then a whole bunch of cannabis clubs shut down because it's overregulated. Businesses are fleeing San Francisco because the fees are through the roof. They don't want you to do anything. And Gavin Newsom, we know for a fact, or okay, I can't say for a fact, but I am pretty certain, in my humble opinion, that this guy is 100%. I mean, he is the establishment, right? He is the systemic racism that we constantly talk about. But for some reason, a lot of people still can't see it. So we are doomed. Because at least with Joe Biden, he's not calling the shots. There's somebody behind it, and you can kind of say, well, it's not really his fault. But when Newsom, who's much younger and can speak much better, when he gets behind the wheel and he gets the levers of power, it's going to be a sad day. So thank you for watching. Please comment, like, share, and of course, subscribe.